like to play the belly drum. I like to play the belly drum.
Hopefully in the near future, we can get together so I can expand on the Frank and Jerry legacy. I'll start where we met. That old Ford station wagon was our school bus to kindergarten 67 years ago. A chain-smoking, nasty old lady kept us quiet and still. The Warrior Boys' mom would send them dressed up identically. They even came dressed as Canadian Mounties. Jerry said he hated that. The next memory, shortly after that time, was first grade Catholic school, St. Mary Magdalene, catechism class in the first grade. The nun asked the boys that she would give them an easy question since they came late in the season, coming down from the Canadian school. And she said, ask them to make the sign of the cross. So Frank and Jerry looked at each other and simultaneously did this. I about fell out of my little chair. Still remember that for some odd reason. During this area in their youth, their father, Frank Laurie, was building Camp Cleveland. So they returned to Ohio during the winter months. So our families became close. In the summertime, they would catch a ride with family or friends and stay with my family, and vice versa. I would help Frank and Jerry with all the work up at the camp that had to be done. One day we were painting the cabins. Jerry had a habit of disappearing for hours. Frank and I discovered he would take a stack of comic books to the outhouse. So we tied a rope around the structure to keep the door closed. Then we got a ladder and dropped a string of firecrackers down the vent pipe. Quite a calamity. Jerry had to find a new hiding place. Jerry was always there to help me with advice no matter what predicament I got myself into. He even encouraged me to retire early. Don't worry about the money, he said. It'll always be there. And he was right. Jerry Baldwin, you're a hell of a man. As long as you're remembered, you'll always be with us. I'll never forget. Just too much to remember. P.S. Thanks, Sophie, for asking me to do this. I feel a lot better.
I'm Cindy Herda, Larry Herda's wife. Been friends with Jerry for over 40 years. Marrying Larry, who was his friend since they were 5 years old. He was the big brother I had always wanted. Living in the States, we didn't get to see them as much as we would like. We would visit back and forth when our kids were young. Throughout the years, we could pick up the landline to have a chat. During anxious times or problems with a teenager, he would calm me down with his unflappable wisdom, assuring me all would be well. We were excited when Sophie came into his life. She brought such exuberance to him and all of us. She became family. We have gone to Mexico together on a couple occasions and had a blast. Jerry and I would have meaningful conversations. Jerry, we will all miss you. You are the good friend to all of us. I still can't process it, but we love you very much, and we will talk about you for years to come. Love you.
Why aren't you smiling?
Just at the
That
market.
did you power up?
And it was 3 to
That's the
5.
throttle up.
Yeah, me too.
Hello from Doha, Qatar, everyone. It's the Greenway Moore family. We just want to say we're all sending you love and light. And we wanted to share with you our memories of the most wonderful man, Jerry Baldwin. He was the dad I always wanted and never had. I met him at a time in my life when I really needed a family, and he took me in, and I met the rest of the family, and then I had 2 other brothers, a sister, and another mother, Leanne, and then later another mother, Sophie. So I feel like I'm one of the most blessed humans on the planet. But we wanted to share some funny stories with you from our last trip to a cottage with Trav and the crew, Jerry, before we came to Doha. So there was that moment where Sophie and I accidentally ate some chocolates. They had a really great day by the beach. And Jerry was full of love and patience as we all laughed and giggled and had the best time ever. But
I remember Jerry taught me a lot about compassion, gratitude, and respect. And also not to open the bathroom door on Baloo, else the dogs will get in there. Learned that the hard way with Buddy. Also patience when I was sitting out on that really rickety dock out in the middle of the lake and I got splinters in my feet waiting for fish.
then there was the great spider attack until getting blown out to sea on the lake. Jerry had to talk him down from the ledge.
I have no recollection of this.
I tell you, that man had more patience than anyone I know.
I have no recollection of such events.
No, Jerry always was there to, as a sounding board, to bounce ideas off of. He was always kind and level-headed when times when I was really stressed. He was very good at talking me down from the ledge. He was very good at talking everyone down from the ledge. Yeah.
The best thing about Jerry is you can have a conversation with him without speaking. And I think that connection I had with him was a superpower. And it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. So we just want to say we love all of you. We're supporting and loving all of you. And he meant the world to us. And we will carry him in our hearts forever. Love you.
Big. So videotape
Hey,
this.
straighten your wrist right there. No starting like that.
Okay.
Oh, get out of here. Look at this.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Okay,
Sweet
start for
wristed.
real. Now he's like used it.
None of this over the top.
Hi, I'm Casey McMullen. Sophie asked if I would say a few words about Jerry. Jerry and I have been friends for almost 50 years. When I thought about doing this, I divided it up. So there were our party years. There were the times at Camp Cleveland. There was the marriage years. There was the raising children years. There was the divorce years. There was the Sophie years. And every segment of his life was lived to the fullest. He loved life. He loved people. He was a dear, dear friend. Anytime you ever needed a favor, Jerry was there. He loved his kids. Oh my God, guys, you have no idea. Now you probably do. He was so proud of you. And then Sophie, oh my God, when he met you, you just lit up his world. And anyone who has the fortune to own one of the pool cues that Jerry made, they were made with love and precision. Just want to say, I love you, big guy. Happy birthday. Wish Frank a happy birthday too. Goodbye.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is for Jerry and Sophie.
Bus fusion is a magnet for all the buses on the road. And you know we're gonna get there, even if we have to get towed. Sweet home, Westphalia, it's my license to roam. Sweet home, Westphalia, pop the top and then I'm home. I have camped out in the Rockies by a cold, clear mountain stream. I have camped on the Atlantic shore and at every mechanic in between, singing Sweet Home Westphalia, it's my license to roam. Sweet Home Westphalia, pop the top and then I'm home. Well, Jerry loved his Sophie with a love she'll always know. Someday they'll be together again, somewhere down the road. Sweet home Westphalia, my license to roam. Sweet home Westphalia, pop the top and then I'm home. Yes, I'm home.
You're on video. What did you set up? Duke stay. Very nice. Hey, Duke. And what do we have over here? We have a barbecue. We have the running water. We have our campsite right here. There's the hot springs right on the other side of the picnic table, all to ourselves. Jerry having his morning coffee. And we already had a hot spring. And Duke was having his morning water. You probably can't see him. There he is.
You can crop pictures in it, put a fade out background. You can colorize part of it, like just have a face of color, black and white on the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hello everyone. On behalf of our bus family, Paul and I would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to our dear friend Sophie, Jerry's children and granddaughters, family and friends.
As you know, our Jerry was a man of varied interests. A few years back, he purchased his first VW bus, which was dearly named Prudence. Jerry and Sophie traveled as often and as far as they could. They loved exploring the world together. So many wonderful memories were created and long-lasting friendships were made. In more recent years, they upgraded to an RV, which Jerry drove proudly. Baloo was, however, rebranded with a VW emblem.
Many years of campouts followed suit. Bus Fusion, Westies at Watkins Glen, Buses of the Corn, West River Westies, Haystock, Ohio, to name a few. For many years, Jerry planned and organized Bus Folk in Peterborough. It was also known as Bus Feast. Smoked cheese, anyone? Who in their right mind puts bacon in competition butter tarts?
We could count on Jerry to greet us with a warm welcome in his leather hat. Always ready to engage in long, meaningful conversations, Jerry was generous, giving, and happy to share. He came prepared and always with a new gadget or two, as he was a great supporter of new ideas and entrepreneurs. Always so enthusiastic about his finds and ready to explain why we all needed one. He hauled these in a trailer behind his bus. Should a fellow camper happen to need a part or forgot something, Jerry was sure to have it.
His door prizes were always the most sought after. One of our most memorable trips with Jerry and Sophie was in 2007, when several VW buses drove to a wedding in Zamora, Mexico. We met Jerry and Duke at the Mexican border, and along with Peter and Ernst, we started the Mexican trek. In Zacatecas, in true Jerry fashion, while camped in a 5-star hotel parking lot, he made the most out of life and ordered himself room service to his bus. We were all a little envious. Jerry picked up his lovely Sophie at Guadalajara Airport, and we all continued to the wedding. 14 buses were counted. Several weeks on the beach in La Manzanilla with our group solidified our deep friendship with Jerry. A trip to remember, a trip of a lifetime. Very recently, Jerry sent me a few photo memories that were taken on this trip.
This, of course, is only one of many of their adventures. Many more stories could be shared.
Lots of ongoing memories of Jerry will be shared at future bus events, meals, and around the campfires. His kindness and friendship will be part of all of us forever. Our VW family will be without one less headlight.
Peace and love to you, Mr. Gadget, our Renaissance man.
You left a beautiful legacy in your name. We love you, Jerry Baldwin.
Whoa. Whoa. Get him, Duke. Get him. Get him. Get him. The crazy puppy. Don't look at Daddy. What's Daddy gonna do?
Okay, guys.
Very.
Eight years ago, 5 gals became fast friends and immediately known as the Fab Five. Daring to stretch beyond their supportive circle, they included their menfolk a few months later, starting what would become not just the Fab 10, but 10 people whose lives weaved together in a beautiful and always changing way. Dinner parties, camping, weddings, bocce ball, murder mystery dinners, Halloween dances, many celebrations and opportunities for friends to spend time together, enjoying their diversity, sharing laughter, and always enjoying good food. The word that came up most frequently as we shared our sorrow at the loss of our dear friend Jerry was that he was enigmatic. I came across an article on how to become enigmatic, and I'm fairly certain that Jerry wrote it. In order to be perceived as enigmatic, one must aim for the following. Speak only when you have something to say. While Jerry could be quiet when we were together, if he had something to say, it was always essential to the conversation. Steer conversations in serious directions. Enigmatic people prefer to have one-on-one conversations that go deeper. You could always find Jerry off to the side having a special chat with any one of us at any time. Use unusual colloquialisms. Be creative and say things that will make people sit up and take notice. When Jerry chose to make his voice heard, he was heard well. Build up a powerful vocabulary. Jerry's use of precise diction in his everyday conversations was a thing of beauty. Share less about yourself. Jerry was very strategic in his choice of what he shared. We were so lucky that he shared so much with us. Choose your friends wisely. Jerry exercised a great deal of discretion in whom he placed his trust. That he placed some of that trust in us was a privilege indeed. Stay calm under pressure. Jerry always appeared composed, calm, unruffled, and unflappable. He was the calm in our storm. Pursue unusual interests and hobbies. Jerry's vast number of interests and hobbies made for great laughs and sharing. There was that time he showed off his drones at our campfire and turned it into a gigantic bonfire. Be capable. Jerry was this in spades, in everything he did, but especially in his cooking and his love of our beautiful Sophie. Enigmatic people are voices of reason in an otherwise chaotic world, and Jerry was definitely the voice of reason in ours. Jerry, your untimely departure from our world will be the enigma that endures for us all to reconcile. You will be missed by the Fabs.
Let's see that Superman ring. Is it really the Superman ring?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is really.